And welcome back to Mining with Virii. As you can see, I'm a shadow. Not really. I just happened to notice when I looked down that that looked inappropriate. That if I have things in my hand, it puts things in my hand. I mean that's cool. I love shaders, guys. Shaders are freaking amazing. Like, oh my god, this stuff is awesome. I don't know why. Shaders should be something natural in the game, honestly. They should be, because shaders are just that cool. I mean, come on, guys. They're freaking awesome. This should be how Minecraft was. Maybe this is how, the Minecraft, 10, 3.0 will be, or maybe 2.0, who knows. Anyways, guys, thank you for watching. Thank you for all those likes. And let me tell you, I got an amazing amount of comments from Miss Linda Kujawa, and I was all set to do pick one and go with it. However, on the way from dropping the cats off, I decided to change my mind, and I'll explain why. I wanted to talk about something that is going to, a lot of my viewers are teenagers, young adults, and I wanted to bring up a subject matter that's going to be very, that you guys would be interested in. And I wanted to talk about the worst thing in the universe. Yes, I said it, the worst thing in the universe. What is that? Well, that's your credit rating. Yes, the infamous credit rating. Nobody likes credit rating, especially nobody. Nobody likes credit ratings. Even if you have a good credit rating, you don't want it. Now, you're probably going, Virii, we're kids. We don't have credit. That's exactly why I wanted to talk about this now, because you don't have credit right now. You guys don't have a chance to screw it up. Now, I know that sounds like I'm telling you you're going to screw it up, and that's because, yes, you are. Everyone does. Because a lot of people don't take the time, or most people don't take the time to learn what it actually takes to establish, credit. So when I say your credit rating, a lot of people are like, oh, yeah, credit rating, of course, yay. That's, it's a serious subject. You guys got to understand that your credit rating goes with you the rest of your life. Okay? This is not just it's fine, it'll come back. That's not how it works. Your credit rating is one of the hardest things in the world to fix. Trust me, I know. I'm dealing with it myself. Now, the reason it's so hard to repair is because it takes so much time. And a lot of people just they don't spend the time that it needs or do the things. They're like, oh, it'll come back. It won't. Your credit rating is about as stubborn as most 2-year-olds when it comes to things like that. Crap. Really? I'm 1 seed short? Really? You more than 1 seed. Good. So, shoot, did I just do what I think I did? I did. It was here. There it is. There it is. Your credit rating is basically your financial trustability. It's one of those things of how trustworthy. It's what the banks use and companies use. Okay, dogs, I gotta turn you down. Turning the dogs down. There we go. It's what the banks and such use to justify whether or not you are trustworthy, and it is ranged between I didn't actually look up the exact figures because it wasn't that important to me. What's important to me is letting you guys know about this. It used to be, it ranged between about 800, I think it was like 800 to maybe 400. And as long as you had above like a 600, you were considered to have okay credit. I mean, you were a reliable source. That is not the case anymore. And a lot of you guys don't realize this, but yeah, it's not the case. When you go to get a loan and such, they look at that. I mean, this is a very crucial thing. 2, 3, 6, 7, 8, 9. There we go. Now I can talk again. Sorry, I had to figure out the block here. Um, so a lot of people are like, oh, what's the big deal? Because I have a 500 credit. Back in the day, that was fine. 500 credit rating was not a bad thing. I went too far. Did I go too far? Here. Nowadays, that is bad credit. If banks are very, especially after the bank crisis and such like that, where they all, lost all their money or whatever happened with the bank crisis. Let's be honest, nobody knows. They just broke. They went broke. So, so when it comes to what people and like that, with credit, credit became such an influential part of your life. It is so important to get cars, to get houses, apartments, places, places to live. Okay, I'm not just talking fancy stuff. I'm talking about literally your home. You need credit. And a lot of people don't understand how, how important this credit stuff is. And when it comes down to it, most banks will sit there and go, okay, well, is this guy worth the trouble? And that sucks because they're going to look at your credit score and go, let's see, is this guy worth the trouble? Well, he was late on his bill a couple times and now his score is this number. No, he's not trustworthy. That sucks because they don't care the reason why you're late on your bill. I'm not saying ever be late on your bill, guys. But hypothetically you were in the hospital for 3 months. That's great. They don't care. And that's the sad part, and that's unfortunately how credit is. That's what credit banks and stuff like that look at that, and they go, oh, he's untrustworthy because he missed bills or, missed a payment. This thing is serious, and a lot of you guys, I'm sure like, oh, don't worry, Virii, we got this. And that's great. I hope you guys do. I didn't. So I'll be honest. I was the bad kid. I'd like to say that I wasn't the bad kid. Floating grid in the sky. But I was. I wasn't sure how my credit, so I started off bad. Now, mind you, I didn't start off too bad. I had joined the military, so I had all this money. I'm in the foreign lands. I got to buy a bunch of stuff. But I paid for my stuff. And that was important, because if you don't pay for your stuff, that's where the problems arise. Is that lined up right? Can't tell. It almost looks like it's off-centered by half a block. Anyway. So, when I tell you guys these things about, credit and stuff like that, I want you to think about, you in the future. Okay, you're out of school, you're on your own. Okay, this is the fun time, right? Party, right? No. Partying is actually what causes most bad things to happen. Namely because, let's be honest, kids don't think very much. And it's not your guys' fault. It's how it's upbringing, it's the society, it's this day and age. And it's unfortunate, but it's true. So when it comes to, like, oh, I need to move out, and need to get my own place and all this type of stuff. And, I encourage everyone to move out and get their own place. Trust me, I have kids. I want you guys to move out and get your own place. But when it comes to that, these are the first times, you have this power called credit. Now, when you start off, you tend not to have that much credit, but banks will love to give you credit because you're new and they're hoping to get money from you, because that's what they're into it for. They want money, so they're going to go through all the process of giving you every possible chance to fail. I know, banks are banks are bitches, all right? That's what I'm saying. I don't know why I did this, because now I can't walk into my house. Anyway, so when it, the banks want you to fail. No, they're not going out of their way to make you fail. It's not one of those situations. but they make their money when you fail because, you know, interest rates and stuff of that. These are all hugely important things. So I'm going to give you a little breakdown of things to watch out for with you guys who are new to credit. Okay. Now, first things first is all credit is based off that credit score. Do not ever miss payments. It's whatever it is not worth you missing a payment. Don't sit there and go, oh, well, you know what? I paid them last month. They'll be fine. That is how you start getting bad credit. I don't care if that new Xbox or new video game came out. You make sure your bills are paid. That nothing is more important than that. I mean, you may think that, oh, no. You pay your bills. Outside of food, okay, you know what? Food's a little important, kind of required for sustaining life. But if you're not able to afford your bills, you're basically you're wasting money. Because how credit works is, you know, they want interest. They're trying to make their money. So the longer you are paying on your credit, the more money they're making. Do you really want to pay them, or do you want to keep that money yourself? It's an easy way to look at it. What was I doing? I don't remember. So that's one thing to look at. Maybe I should put a backdoor in. Yeah. So when you go to get your first credit, which will probably be a car or something like that, because you're 18, you're ready to move out, be you know, the man in charge or woman in charge, if that be it. Oops. Excuse me. Sorry. It's morning, so you know the old man, you know, digestive tract is like, hey, what's up? Morning. So as I said, the first thing you're probably going to do is go for something along the lines of let's say, we'll just go ahead and make one up, a car. Okay. Now, cars are highly, you know, these are things that you need in life, you know, so there is no reason for you not to get a car. Okay, guys, don't think just because, oh my God, Virii said that, I don't know. Virii said that, you know, getting a loan is bad. No, cars are important, and by the way, credit is not bad. That's a lot of people are gonna, you know, especially people that have bad credit, are going to tell you, hey, credit's bad, man. What you doing? You don't want credit. Credit's the devil. Crap. Man, guys, I hate when I lose track of my thoughts. This is the problem when you have, you know, neurological problems. You lose track of what you're saying. Anyway, your first loan is probably, or your first line of credit is probably going to be an auto loan. Now, when I say that, it's because, you know, banks are going to finance auto loans, because auto loans is how they make their, I mean, honestly, it's how they make tons of money. I know it's stupid, but it's true. And so that's probably going to be your first loan. They're probably going to be like, hey, you know what? You want this awesome, super rad. I know, guys, I'm showing my age. Radical, super cool car, man. And that's probably cool, because they're going to be like, yeah, you can do this. This is no problem, man. Yeah, sure. We'll finance you for that. Keep in mind of what you guys need versus what you guys want. I know this is a hard discussion for most people because, you know, kids don't really, and I'm not saying, when I generalize kids, I am generalizing kids, okay? I am saying the majority of you guys are, you know, don't really think things ahead. You think, oh my God, I want a Porsche or whatever car. You know, oh my God, I want a truck. That's great. Do you need that super big truck? Well, yeah, I need that super big truck. No, you don't. You don't actually need the super big truck, because if you're not going to utilize the super big truck, don't get the super big truck, because all that money that you're paying into that, you know, you're paying to the bank, and if you screw up, they're not going to be like, oh, it's okay, you missed a payment, it's fine, whatever. No, they're going after you because they want their money. So here is my suggestion for credit, and this one may be a separate video as well. I may do another video on credit, because credit is a huge subject and it's a very important subject. But when it comes to credit, right when you have the ability, okay, I'm not talking waiting a month. I'm not talking, you know, that kind of stuff. I mean, right when you have the ability to, okay? Get credit. Start credit young, okay? It's very important, guys. When they have like credit and stuff like that, when it's time to get credit, do it. Do it. Do it. Just do it or something like that. I don't know. I'm not cool enough to actually know that stuff. um, and do something that, like they have something called a signature loan. And a signature loan is basically a loan with the bank. And it's you know it's usually a small loan, and it's solely based off your credit, guys. Now, when you start off, you don't have any credit. You're probably thinking, well, that's great, right, Virii? That's amazing. No, actually, banks hate that. So it's typically going to have a high interest rate, which is how much you're paying annually broken over those months to the bank to borrow money from them. Okay. Now, what you do with this loan is you take that money you get a small signature loan, maybe $500. Okay. Now, here's where the hard part comes in, guys. You don't touch that money. That money goes right into a bank account. Okay? And you take that money and you pay off the loan with that money. Okay? Honestly, if you want to learn some self-control, you pay it with your own money, leave that money there until you're done. Because, you know, that way, you know you can afford a payment, you can look at these things, and you have self-control over not just spending money because you have it. So after you've done that and you have that loan, you're now establishing credit. Now this is the cool part. You basically took a loan to pay them back. Yes, you pay a small amount of money to go along with the because there's interest. So let's say you borrow a loan for $500, you spend it over months, so it costs you $505. So basically, out of your pocket, it cost you $5 to get this loan or to pay off this loan. Now you're like, Jesus, Virii, that sounds like a waste of money. And you know what? In a way, sure, you could look at it that way. Or you could look at it from the perspective of you just paid off a loan at 18. Your credit reflects that now. You no longer have what they call no credit. You have credit. And because you paid that loan off and, no problems and stuff like that, you have good credit. Now, very few kids go into the world and get good credit. Okay? Now, why am I doing that when I said you probably get a car first? Well, cars are tens of thousands of dollars, guys. That's a lot of money to be paying interest on. And if your interest rate is high, so you're paying a lot more fees, basically, then the bank is making all this money off you because you have no credit. So you want this car, you need this car, we're going to charge you a higher interest rate. So we make our money just in case, you irresponsible adult, don't pay us. Difference now, you actually have credit. Oh, it's not a lot of credit. Let's be honest, guys. You're not going to run out and buy, a house off this credit, okay? It's small amounts of credit. But every bit helps when it comes to credit. The most key factors I can tell you guys is always pay your bills, but don't be late. Even being late is bad on your credit. When somebody reflects and looks at your credit and goes, let's see what his credit rating is, it's bad on your credit. You can have so many of them. It's not like, oh my God, somebody looked at my credit's ruined. But don't just sit there and, I want to apply for this thing. I want to apply for this thing. I want to apply for this. I wonder if I could get this thing. I'm going to apply. Don't do it, because it doesn't make any sense to ruin your credit that early, guys. That's pretty much all I got. I probably could talk, for hours more, but I'm going to go ahead and let you guys go. I want to thank you all for all the comments, and thank you, Linda, for all the subject matters. I loved them. I'm going to use all of them. I just, I wanted to talk about credit because this is a big thing in life. It's affecting me. I'm trying to buy a house, and I went through a divorce, so there's a lot of things. Everything in your life affects your credit, guys. If you change jobs too fast, if you live in different areas, move around a lot, all these things affect your credit. So keep that in mind. We'll see you guys next time.